Warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kingfisher Derby Day here at Bangalore as we kickstart the race preview for the first race, which is the Indian Pattern Committee Cup. Distance is 1200, forces rated 15 to 35. We start off with the first runner, will be number 1, Ramon, who ran 6th. Harmonia was the winner of this race, and Ramon was the one was catching up the front runners, but Harmonia was well clear of this field, but Ramon could only finish on aiding up 6th out of 7 runners after running a forward race, ended up finishing on 6th out of 7 runners. One big tongue stop rated at 29. 2 will be Constanza, who ran second. Gift of Grace was the winner of this race. This horse led the field for most part of the journey, Constanza, but could only finish on ending up second on the starting. After the second, being Commodores ran second, 8 and 3/4 lengths behind the winners. One tongue stop rated at 28 is number 2, Constanza. 3 will be Habanero. Habanero ran 7th. The Candlelight Queen was the winner of this race, and Habanero was the one was in that 4th last position. Was Habanero is a Chevalier of highly fashionable. Well, one outing this season and ran 7th out of 8 runners. Candlelight Queen was the winner. Sporting Blinkers tongue stop rated at 28. Number 4 will be Chimera, who ran second. Samadon was the winner of this race, and Chimera was in that 4th last position. Was Chimera ridden out hard, in fact, but ended up eventually finishing on 3rd. Originally 3rd, award this place due to winner disqualification, and ran second. Samadon was the winner. Sporting Blinkers tongue stuck crosses boundary 27. Well, She's Stylish, and that was the run where Chimera ran in winter. Well, 5 will be She's Stylish. She's Stylish ran 10th out of 10 runners, last in the starting. There you can see at the top of your screen, spotting that light blue cap. Last, in fact, is She's Stylish. We move on to number 6, Snow Queen. Snow Queen ran 10th. Adventurer was the winner of this race. Race number 77. John Snow also coming up for scrutiny. Ending up 11th on the sorting is John Snow. But let's have a look at Snow Queen. Snow Queen is the one who was in that mid-pack was Snow Queen, and John Snow was last, in fact, and ended up in that pack bunch was John Snow, whereas Snow Queen was in that 4th position and ultimately ended up finishing on in that mid-pack was Snow Queen. Seven will be Aqua Blessing. Aqua Blessing ran 5th. RICO was the winner of this race, and Aqua Blessing was very primely positioned. Was Aqua Blessing was catching up with the front runners. RICO was the one who skipped away from the pack and won very well on this occasion. As RICO, whereas Aqua Blessing ended up finishing on 5th on the starting, putting Blinkers tongue stamp rated at 21. Next runner coming up will be number 9, Red Indian. Is that of Dean Skittinut of Cocaine is number 9, Red Indian. Has had one outing this season and ended up in that back punch running last. In fact, Natalma was the winner, and previously in winter ran 11th out of 11 runners. Been Angel's Kiss, but Tungsta Cross was band rated at 21. We want to the second race coming up, the running of the Hyderabad Cup Division 1. Distance is 1400, forces rated 15 to 35. We start off with number 1, Electra. The eventual winner in this race is Electra, being positioned about 3 wide off the fence. Catching up, had to be ridden out hard was Electra, but could come and eventually win by a margin of 3/4 lengths, beating Mega Icon as Electra is at a corporate jungle. It was a Cheddars Girls from tongue stop rated at 35. 2 will be Mustedian. Mustedian did not complete the course as Stormbreaker was the winner of this race. That the 800 meters, in fact, dropped the rider. A pretty bad fall, in fact. And ended up even finished not completing the course, in fact, as Mustedian after the 3rd behind Adventurer in his previous starting spring cross nose band rated at 34. Well, we mount to number 4, 3, King of Shadows. The King of Shadows was the one eventually won on this occasion. This is the winter run you're looking at over the 10 long trip, beating Colonel Hart. You came in far too late, but King of Shadows just managed to win by 3/4 of a length. 4 will be Amazing Angel. Amazing Angel ran second. INCITATUS was the winner of the stage, been produced of almost about 6 wide off the fence. Amazing Angel just given a tap, also responded to the urgings and ran, ending up 3/4 lengths behind INCITATUS, where INCITATUS is clear. And this horse, Amazing Agent, came into the reckoning and finishing on second on the startings when Tungstruck crosses one side chick fees rate 28. 5 will be Crack of Dawn. Crack of Dawn ran second, race number 93, 1600 meters is the distance, and Crack of Dawn ran second, 1 length behind Kirkwood. Well, they were making the run simultaneously, and ultimately Kirkwood ended up winning this race, and Crack of Dawn ran second, so rated at 28. 6 will be Andra King. Andra King ran sixth, the winner being Anfia. Andra King was the one that of Stern Opinion of Woodchick, finished sixth on the starting. After that, seventh behind RICO. This horse hasn't shown any performance at all in his last 4 outings. Is Andra King. Stern Opinion of Woodchick's from biggest tongue stop rate 27. Next one will be number 7, Duxton. Duxton ran third. Another Rainbow was the winner. Traveled almost 6-7 wide off the fence. Was Duxton is out of Crimson China. Out of Venturous is number 7, Duxton. Race number 92 finished on third out of 12 runners. Another Rainbow. The winners, one tongue stop rated at 27 is number 7, Duxton. 8 will be AZEEMKI Princess. AZEEMKI Princess finished 6th, was gracing the wrong end of the field. Is AZEEMKI Princess really struggling in that back bunch, instead of dancing forever modern art over the 7 long trip. Has 3 outings and all his 3 runs are disappointing from Blinker Song Stop rated at 25. 9 will be Black Hawk. Black Hawk ran 6th. The Ideological was the winner of this race, and Black Hawk was the one was last. In fact, as Black Hawk is at West Virginia. It was superb. Well, this horse beautifully bred, but somehow hasn't been performing. Is Black Hawk, and on all his 3 occasions finished off the frame twice 9th. It won 6th on the starting. Be an Ideological rated at 25. 10 will be Mr. Humble. Let's have a look at Mr. Humble. Is at a green course out of Aunt Dottie. Is Mr. Humble, who ran 4th. The Gift of Grace is the winner, and Mr. Humble finished on ending up 5th out of 8 runners behind Gift of Grace. After that, 4th being Abira ended up 5th out of 8 runners, rated at 25. Firing Line comes up for scrutiny. Gift of Grace literally stunted the opposition, comfortably winning by margin of 8 3/4 of length. Well, 11 will be Firing Line. Firing Line ran 7th. Capstone was the winner of this race, and Firing Line was the one who was in that second last position and ended up finishing on 7th. The 10th pin Touch of Destiny, 7th pin INCITATUS, 7th pin Capstone. This is the summer run you're looking at. Sprint Crossnose Band rated at 21 is number 11, Firing Line. Roy Merritt of Jazz Dancer is number 11, Firing Line. This will be the Kolkata Cup. Distance is 2,000 meters for horses rated 30 to 54 years old and over. We have a look at number 1, Velocitad, number 4, Prince Charmo, and number 5, Charmed Life. These are the 3 runners. Velocitad was the one who ran third. Prince Charmo, on the other hand, ran 4th, was traveling about 4 deep off the fence. Cosmos was the winner. Charmed Life was up there in front, leading the pack, and finished on 6th on the starting. But let's have a look at the first runner, Velocitad. This horse came and ran 7th out of 3rd out of 7 runners in race number 76. Cosmos, the eventual winner over that 9 furlong trip, as well as it has for Blinkers, Tungstruck, Crossnose Band rated at 49. Well, was traveling towards the inner railing and ended up finishing on 3rd, whereas number 4, Prince Charmo, ran ending up 4th on the starting when Tungstruck, Pacific Blinkers rate 42, and also coming up for scrutiny will be number 5, Charmed Life. Well, led the field and finished on ending up 6th on the starting. 3rd, Biano Rendas from Blinkers Tongue Stop rate 41. Flirting Eyes and number 2, Lycirgus are the next 2 runners. Flirting Eyes was the one who ran 5th out of 11 runners. Is Flirting Eyes and ended up 11th out of 11 runners as Flirting Eyes. Hold Me Back out of Sashimi, so rated at 31, whereas Lycirgus was the one in race number 60, finished on 5th out of 11 runners. Wild Angels was the winner, one tongue stop rated at 44. 3 will be Nitromax. Nitromax ran 5th. Sahara was the winner of this race in the colors of orange with light blue star. Is Nitromax Dancing Forever out of Khabib, who's had 2 outings. 3rd on the first outing when Wild Angels, but on this occasion 5th out of 10 runners. Sahara was the winner. This one tongue stop rated at 43. 6 will be Rare Rhythm. Rare Rhythm ran 5th. Australis was the winner, and Rare Rhythm was 5th at the stage and ended up eventually finishing on there itself. As Rare Rhythm is out of Ace, out of Glorious Breaker. All the beautifully bred horse. This horse hasn't been doing anything much of note and finished on 5th being Australis. This one tongue stop rated at 41. 7 will be Tenora. Tenora ran ninth. Corona del Corsa was the winner, and Tenora was in that pack bunch. Well, there you see on the top of your screen, last, in fact, is Tenora is out of Chinese Whisper out of Desert Queen. Ran ninth out of 9 runners. After that, ninth being Aeolus. Same remains in the subsequent outing as well. Finishing behind the Corona del Corsa. Smolbinka's tongue stop rated at 38. The fourth race will be the running of the Mumbai Cup. Distance is 1400, forces rated 45 to 65. We have a look at the first runner, will be number 1, Sakura. Sakura ran third. Peluche was the winner of this race. Well, had that slender lead, and Sakura did end up finishing on third out of 8 runners. In fact, after that second behind She's My Script, much was expected, but ran a poor race on the starting. Finishing on third, in fact, is Sakura, but ended up finishing on in the money. One Tungster Crossnose Band, rated at 65, was a fancied runner. Sakura, 2 will be multifaceted, literally pulverized the opposition on this outing. Is multifaceted, beating Wings of Desire. Multi-dimensional of Dava is number 2, multifaceted. Well, after that win in race number 72 in winter, ran 12th in the subsequent outing, and third being She's My Script, winner on the second tongue stop rated at 61. 3 will be A Command. A Command was the one who slipped into the lead and won by a margin of 3/4 lengths, beating Sahara. Is A Command's tongue stop crosses mandated at 59. 4 will be Nick and Ross, and number 7, Silver Dew, are the next 2 runners. Nick and Ross was 4th at this stage and ultimately ended up finishing 6th. Silver Dew, on the other hand, ran 3rd behind Aeolus. Is Silver Dew. Traveled out 5 wide, had that lovely free run, in fact, and Silver Dew ended up finishing on 3rd over the Sun for long touch blinkers, rated at 53. Whereas Nick and Ross ran 6th. Hasn't done anything much of note right throughout the season. Is Nick and Ross blinkers tongue stop rated at 57. 5 will be Psychic Warrior. Psychic Warrior is that of multi-dimensional. Psychic Flame is Psychic Warrior. Well, ran second on this outing is Psychic Warrior. This is race number 92, where All Set to Go was the winner of this race, and Psychic Warrior just given a tap or so, but only finish on second on this outing, 2 1/4 lengths behind All Set to Go. This is the winter run you're looking at of Psychic Warrior. Multi-dimensional Psychic Flames from Tongue Strap Basket, but would rated at 56. 6 will be Turf Magic, who ran third. Fair Warning was the winner, and we also have a look at number 9, Torsoro, who finished on 4th on the starting. But let's have a look at the first runner, in fact, as Turf Magic. Well, up there in that fighting line, slipped into the lead for a brief while, and Torsoro also was being produced on the wide outside to come and finish on 4th on the starting as Torsoro in race number 88. Fair Warning was the one who was the best of the lot and came and eventually won, whereas Torsoro ran 4th from Tungstock Crossman, rate 50 to Turf Magic, ran 3rd, rated at 54 as well. Corona del Corsa was the eventual winner in this race, and number 10, Akita Pro, are the next 2 runners. Well, let's look at Corona del Corsa. Back-to-back wins coming in from Corona del Corsa, beating Abira, and subsequently repeated that winning form, beating Land of Liberty. Is Corona del Corsa. A support of Silken Touch from Tungstock Crosses Band, rated at 52. Akita Pro was the one. Yet another fancied runner, having finished at third on 2 occasions, third behind Aeolus and third behind Corona del Corsa. One Tungstock Crossnose Band, rated at 50, is number 10, Akita Pro. 11 will be Ice Flow, waiting to pounce on the front runner is Ice Flow, and it was raining the other day, and the testing conditions, Ice Flow came and won by a margin of a long net, beating Hokkaido. Is Ice Flow. Late material of Icebreakers, one Tungstock rate 47. The 5th race is the Mystical Million. Distance is 1600 for maiden 3 years old only. And we have a look at the first runner coming up in number 2, Manzoni, who's coming from Calcutta. Well, Manzoni is the one who ran 9th on the first run, being stop breaker. But this run ran 4th behind Victorious Sermon. As Manzoni, multi-dimensional of 5 Saturns, is Manzoni's one tongue stop rate 43. 3 will be Mighty Red, and also coming up will be number 7, Streaming Gold. These are the 2 runners. Mighty Red was the one, was in that mid-pack, and Streaming Gold finished on 3rd, and the starting Roman Senator was the winner of this race. But let's have a look at the first runner, Mighty Red. Is it of Dean Skitten out of Luna Love, ran 7th behind Knight Templar and 4th behind Roman Senator. One tongue strap rated at 23. 7 on the other hand is Streaming Gold, who's had 3 outings. Gradually coming into some sort of form is Streaming Glow, having run 7th on the first inning, Cosmic Ray, 5th being Knight Templar, and 3rd being Roman Senators. Tungsten Cosmos Band rated 26. Sir Lancelot comes up next. Well, Sir Lancelot is out of A support out of Solizia is Sir Lancelot. Race number 53 ended up 9th on this outing. In his opening outing is Sir Lancelot. Kirkwood the winner. 5th for most part of the journey. Fell back gradually is Sir Lancelot. 6 will be Speaking of Stars. Speaking of Stars was the one who ran 4th behind Knight Templar. Is Speaking of Stars, 4th right out, in fact, is Speaking of Stars, and did end up finishing on there itself. This is the race in this is the race in race number 673. In fact, finished on 4th out of 10 runners. 6th for most part of the journey, then improved positions and ran 4th out of 10 runners. As Speaking of Stars, Tungstap and Hood. 8 will be Hokkaido. Hokkaido was the one who ran second. Well, almost in that 6th position was Hokkaido. Once given a tap or so, had to be ridden out vigorous to come and end up finishing on a fine second. Long neck was the verdict between the first two runners. Did run a mighty race, in fact, as Hokkaido. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We mount to the Bangalore Turf Club Anniversary Cup Grade 2 for horses 4 years old and over. We have a look at number 1, Prevalent Force. Prevalent Force was the one is a multi-dimensional Prevalence is Prevalent Force, who ended up finishing on 3rd behind Star Superior on this occasion is Prevalent Force. This is race number 68 of the current season run, looking at where Star Superior won by a margin of 2 1/4 length, whereas Prevalent Force finished on 3rd on this outing, rated at 120 is number 1, Prevalent Force. 2 will be Kof Castle, who ended up 2nd. Tutankhamun was the winner, and Kof Castle was the one who came with a lightning run on the outside, where Tutankhamun having that lead about 2 in front, and Kof Castle catching up with the front runner, but could only end up finishing on 3/4 lengths behind the winner is Kof Castle, whereas Tutankhamun, the winner, Tungstop, rated at 123 will be Mauritania, and number 6 coming up will be Naughty Ash. These are the 2 runners. We go across to Naughty Ash, the eventual winner in this race, and well, in a pillar to post victory, held on to win by a margin of 2 1/4 lengths is Naughty Ash. As Augusta to Dover Hills, back-to-back wins coming in for Naughty Ash, whereas Mauritania, after that 5th being Tutankhamun, ran 2nd being Naughty Ash, is Mauritania. Excellent out of Classic Skies, putting basket bit, rated at 170. Naughty Ash rated at 114. Kevolo Veloci with number 9. Winner in this race is Kevolo Veloci with number 9. Coming up is Star Baron and number 12 Organic. These are the 3 runners we go across to. Kevolo Veloci and Star Baron were very primely positioned at the final 400 meters, and this horse, Kevolo Veloci, traveled the better and ultimately won by a margin of 2 3/4 lengths, beating Accolade. There's Kevolo Veloci rated at 118, whereas 9 Star Baron, once asked for an acceleration, gradually dropped out and to finish on ending up 7th out of 12 runners. Star Baron rated at 103, and also number 12 Organic was the beautifully positioned in the mid pack and ended up eventually running 10th on this outing after being up there. Fell back to run 10th, rated at 104 for Tungstop and Crossnose Band. 5 will be Larondine is number 5. Well, King Duck out of Rahi Serenade eventually came and won on this occasion. 2nd for most part of the journey, and trounced the others by a margin of 2 3/4 lengths on this occasion. After that, 2nd behind Isn't She Lovely, well, made amends to come and eventually win on this occasion by 2 3/4 lengths. Tungstop rated at 88. 7 will be Automatic, the eventual winner in this race, and number 10 Auburn are the next 2 runners. Let's have a look at the first runner. Will be number 7 Automatic. Race number 99 ended up eventually winning this race as Automatic, whereas Auburn are the one. Let's have a look at came and finished on a long neck 2nd on the starting. Both the runners got on to fight a serious business, and ultimately it was Automatic emerging victorious. Auburn lives to fight another day. Tungstop rated 98. Automatic Tungstop cross the band rated at 94. 8 will be Brainstorm. Brainstorm ran 5th, and Lady Legend, the eventual winner in this race. These are the 2 runners we go across to. Brainstorm was the one in race number 13, finished 2nd being Arabia, and 5th being Lady Legends. Blinkers Tungstop rated at 96, whereas Lady Legend was the one in race number 59, came and ended up eventually winning this race, beating Courage by a margin of 2 3/4 lengths. After that, 2nd being Naughty Ash ended up finishing on as an eventual winner. Tungstop crosses band rated at 95 is number 11 Lady Legend. Win Legend out of Mascanada is number 11 Lady Legend. Biggest and the most glittering event of the summer racing calendar, the running of the Kingfisher Ultra Derby, Bangalore Grade 1. We have a look at the first runner, IMPAVID, which is out of A support out of Polenta, is the number 1 IMPAVID. 3 Malwa. What's the script out of One Punch? Let's have a look at IMPAVID's credential. IMPAVID was the one which is very primely positioned, and MALWA was the one which was traveling towards the inner railing. Warhammer was the eventual winner in this race. But let's have a look at IMPAVID. Well, took over the running at the final 250 meters and slipped into the lead. But Warhammer, look at that giant strides put in by Warhammer, came with a blistering turn of foot on the outside to come and eventually fight out the issue with IMPAVID, and ultimately Warhammer emerged victorious, and IMPAVID did run a mighty race to finish on second, whereas number 3 MALWA came and ended up 8th on the starting. After that, 5th being Warhammer's Muntangsta rate 40, IMPAVID's Muntangsta crosses band rated at 70. 2 will be Knight Templar, multi-dimensional of Grand Madame as a Knight Templar. And 5, Sir Supremo. Speaking of which, at a cool mover is Sir Supremo. These are the 2 runners. Knight Templar, the eventual winner in this race. Well, this is race number 73 you're looking at. And Sir Supremo was the one who was traveling towards the inner railing. Both these runners were making the run simultaneously. But Knight Templar was the one who was waiting to launch an assault at the final 150 meters. Did come and go into the lead at the final 150 meters and emerged victorious to win by 2 lengths on the starting. After that, second behind Mega Icon rated at 48.5. Sir Supremo has had a couple of outings, has been spot on in the money on all his 4 outings, running second on the starting behind Knight Templars from Tungstop rated at 45. 4 will be Royal Crystal. Western Aristocrat out of Sparkling Crystal is Royal Crystal, who finished on 3rd. Secretive Force was the winner of this race, and Royal Crystal was the one who traveled the widest fall, almost 6 wide off the fence, and ended up finishing on 3rd on the sorting is Royal Crystal. Western Aristocrat out of Sparkling Crystal, 9th on the first starting being Warhammer in race number 39. But on this occasion, 3rd out of 6 runners behind Secretive Force is Royal Crystal over that 2,000 meters from Tungsta crosses band rate 51. Southern Roller comes up next. Is at a summit of FARHA is the Southern Roller. Well, this horse ran second behind Victorious Sermon, was angling for his run in between runners and did get that opening in between the slots, and ended up eventually running a mighty race to finish on a short neck second behind Victorious Sermon. Galloped strongly on the outside, almost 4-5 wide off the fence, and bridged in the gap on every stride to just finish on a short neck second behind. 7 will be NA's Win Legend out of Angelique. Number 8, Cosmic Ray, Burden of Proof out of Corsican Gal. Hunt for Gold, Leitmotiv out of Pleasure Hunt. And Well Connected, Arizan out of Guest Connections. So let's run through the video of NA's Win Legend out of Angelique. Well, this horse having won 3 occasions, and in this occasion ended up finishing on 3rd is NA's. Well, was a fancy runner, in fact, and ended up finishing on 3rd out of 9 runners behind Well Connected. It's putting cross nose band tongue strap rated at 68. Cosmic Ray is the one, is at a Burden of Proof at a Corsican Gal. Started off on a winning note in summer, beating Victorious Sermon, and finished on 4th behind Well Connected. It's tongue strap rated at 50. Hunt for Gold, the Western India Challenger. Much was expected of Hunt for Gold. Late motor Pleasure Hunt ran 6th on the previous starting behind Warhammer, and this run ran 7th out of 8 runners behind Well Connected. It's tongue strap rated at 51, and Well Connected was the one which caught the eye. Arizona out of Guest Connections, back-to-back wins, rated at 60, rated at 71. Arizona out of Guest Connections is Well Connected. On Rose Trophy, distance run is 1,200 meters, horses rated 75 and above, and we have a look at the first runner coming up will be number 1, Kambaku. Well, Kambaku was the one who was in the traffic jam. Tororosso was the one who finished on 8th on the starting, traveling about 5-6 deep off the fence was Tororosso, but Kambaku was the one in the traffic jam, got that opening in between runners, and ultimately ended up finishing on 3rd behind the Lady Legend, and 3rd behind Automatic is Kambaku's Tungstra crosses band basketball rated at 100, whereas number 4, Tororosso, finished on 8th out of 9 runners behind Automatic's Tungstra crosses band rated 87. Red Giant out of Polly's Girl is number 4, Tororosso. 2 will be Bold Command. Bold Command ran 6th. Mauritania was the winner. Last, in fact, is Bold Command, and ran a poor race on the starting. After that, 6th behind into the spotlight, ran 6th out of 6 runners behind Mauritania is Bold Command. Arizona out of Indian Feather, rated at 95 is number 2, Bold Command. 3 will be Star Carnation with number 5. Courage is the next 2 runners. We go cross 2. Star Carnation ran 8th. The Lady Legend was the winner, traveled about 6-7 wide off the fence, whereas Courage, on the other hand, ran 2nd behind Lady Legend, was the eventual winner in this race is Lady Legend, and Courage was the one which was catching up with the front runners and finished on 2 3/4 lengths behind the winner after winning in race number 45, beating AZEEMKI. We ended up 2nd on the starting behind Lady Legends from Blinkers. Tungster Crosses Band rated 86. Star Carnation, well, ended up 6th on the starting behind Lady Legend rated at 93. Excellent order of Attractus is number 3, Star Carnation. 6 will be Number 6 will be Erica Legend. The eventual winner in this race is Erica Legend. This horse was up there in front, slipped into the lead, and eventually held on to win by a margin of neck. In fact, Heidi's Folly was catching up, but ended up finishing on 2nd. Erica Legend was a winner. 7 will be Bora Bora, and also coming up will be number 10, Blue Blazer. These are the 2 runners. Let's have a look at Bora Bora's credential as a 3 outings. 8th on the first outing being Naughty Ash, with 4th being Courage, and 2nd being Into the Groove is Bora Bora. Tungstar Basketball rated at 79. Blue Blazer, on the other hand, is at a green coast out of Streaking Senorita, who ran 12th on the first outing, and in this occasion, 8th out of 8 runners, in fact, is Blue Blazers, rated at 75. Tungstrap is number 10, Blue Blazer. Into the Groove was the winner. 8 will be St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg finished on 3rd. Courage was the winner of this race, still having that advantage about 2 in front, and Courage is the one which is warming up on the outside, came with a rattle on the outside to come and eventually go past St. Petersburg and win by a margin of half a length. St. Petersburg ran ending up 3rd on this outing. Tungstar Crosses Band rated at 76. 9 will be Aza. Aza ran 2nd. Peluche was the winner of this race, and Aza was the one waiting to launch an assault, and ended up eventually running a close third, in fact, close second, in fact, is Aza, the winner being Peluche, ending up as a winner, and Aza running second. Second behind Courage, and second behind Peluche. That's the form and credentials for Tungstar Crosses Band, rating 5. The last race coming up, the running of the Hyderabad Cup Division 2. Distance is 1200 meters. We have a look at the first runner, Blenny Stone. Blenny Stone ran 2nd. Brothers in Arms was the winner of this race, and Glorious Days finished on 5th on this occasion. But let's have a look at the first runner in this race is Blenny Stone. Blenny Stone was the one who ran 2nd out of 7 runners is Blenny Stone. Rebuttal out of Velvet Queen. 5th being INCITATUS. 2nd being Brothers in Arms, rated at 25. Rebuttal out of Velvet Queen is number 1, Blenny Stone. Brothers in Arms was waiting to launch an assault and came and passed the front runner in the last few strides to win by a margin of 1 1/4 length. Whereas number 7, Glorious Days, ended up 5th after beating Purities from Tungstar at 23. 2 will be Cosmic Feeling. Cosmic Feeling ran 3rd on this outing is Cosmic Feeling. Dean Skitten out of Chanley. Was a fancy runner the other day, and Bernardini was the one who was a clear winner, whereas Cosmic Feeling finished on 3rd. 4th being Renegade, 3rd being Bernardini. That's the form and corrections for Tungstar rated at 25. 3 will be Lady Majestic. Lady Majestic ran 11th on this occasion as Lady Majestic. Amazonite is the winner of this race, and Lady Majestic Roy Murray of Compliment ran 11th out of 11 runners as one Blinkers Tungstar rated at 25. Amazonite had to fight out the issue and the all important and quicken to win by a margin of 1 1/2 length as Amazonite. Lady Majestic ended up 11th as one Blinkers Tungstar rated at 25. 4 will be Skyfire. Skyfire finished 8th. Slice of Heaven was the winner, and Skyfire was the one who was the second last towards the rail side. Is Skyfire in the colors of red with yellow, light blue, and yellow belt, light green sleeves and cap. Is Skyfire. Green coasted of Dama Grand is number 4, Skyfire. Has had 3 outings so far, but ended up twice 8th in Bangalore Summer. Twice 8th being Mega Icon, and Slice of Heaven is Skyfire rated at 25. 5 will be Stroke of Genius. Stroke of Genius, Turn Opinion. It was Stroke of Luck, a Stroke of Genius, who ran 3rd. Gift of Grace was the winner of this race, and Stroke of Genius was the one who came and ended up finishing on 3rd on this outing after 2 disappointing runs in winter. The winner being Gift of Grace. Stroke of Genius ran 3rd on this occasion, rated at 25. This is race number 94 you're looking at of Stroke of Genius. 6 will be Eco-Friendly. Eco-Friendly finished 6th. Adventurer was the winner. Traveled wide as Eco-Friendly is at a Setchfield at a Friendly is number 6. Eco-Friendly. Well, ran 10th on the first string by Lightning Bolt, but this occasion over the 7 for long trip, 6th out of 12 runners. Adventurer was the winner. Putting blinkers, tongue strap, rated at 23 is number 6, eco-friendly. 8 will be Truly Delightful, and number 9 will be Truly Delightful, who ran 6th. The Tokyo Rose was the winner of this race, who was being produced, and the wide outside was Tokyo Rose, whereas Truly Delightful was beautifully positioned towards the rail side, and Lovely Sierra was angling for his run and ended up finishing on 9th on the starting. Truly Delightful was waiting to take the run towards the rail side, but did end up finishing on 6th out of 12 runners. Is Truly Delightful. SAAMIDD, that of Daughter of Light, 8th on the first running bin KIRKWOOD, and in this occasion ran 6th out of 12 runners, rated at 21, whereas Lovely Sierra, this horse, ran ending up 9th on the starting after the third behind Depth Charge, sporting Tungsta Crosses Band Basket, but rated at 20. 10 will be Zala Princess. Zala Princess ran 5th. Another Rainbow was the winner, and Zala Princess was very primarily positioned at the third at the stage and eventually ended up finishing on 5th out of 12 runners. Is Zala Princess Dancing Forever shows the money. 9th in the first running bin INCITATUS. That's the form and credentials, sporting Pacify Blinkers, rated at 19. And the last runner for the day will be number 11, Find. Find is at a Mull of Kintarat of Excellency, is number 11, Find, who ran 4th on the starting. Started off as summer campaign with a second in race number 22 behind Amazing Angel. Subsequently ran 8th behind INCITATUS and 4th out of 9 runners behind Shivalik. That's the form and credentials for Tungsta Crosshounds Band, rated at 16. So I hope you have a good day at the races on this Kingfisher Derby day here at Bangalore. Until then, we'll meet you next week. Until then, thank you from all of us.